Coming up on 11 News this morning, weekend edition, we are tracking several fires burning in the state. A fire in Larimer County continues to burn this morning and has forced people out of their homes. We'll have the latest. Plus, Colorado Springs firefighters are on scene of a small grass fire that sparked. We're talking burn restrictions and how to keep our community safe. Let's take a live look outside. A chilly start to the morning out there. Meteorologist Luke Victor has your weekend forecast coming up.
Now, from your breaking news leader, with your certified most accurate forecast, this is KKTV 11 News This Morning.
Good morning. It's Saturday, April 16th. I'm Ashley Franco. We want to get right to this. Right now, we are tracking several fires burning in the state. A fire burning in Larimer County forced evacuations yesterday. The 37E fire is around 300 acres. That fire started around 4 in the afternoon. This morning, we are waiting for updates from officials in that county. But right now, we know the fire is 0% contained. The Larimer County Sheriff's Office says crews are working overnight there. Here's a look at the evacuation map. CDPHE posted on Twitter an air quality advisory as it was issued for northeastern Boulder County for the wildfire smoke in that area, so be aware of that. And turning a little closer to home now, the Sheriff's Office says that a fire burning near Woodland Park in Teller County is now 60% contained. About 7 acres have burned there so far. Crews worked throughout the night to get a handle on that fire. It caused evacuations on the north side of Woodland Park after it started Thursday afternoon. As of this morning, there is no word yet on a cause. And we're continuing with an 11 breaking news alert this morning. Colorado Springs Fire Department is at a small grass fire off of Mark Dabbling. Our crew on scene says firefighters were able to knock down the fire pretty quickly. And this is a good reminder about the burn restrictions that are in place within Colorado Springs. 11 News reporter Brian Sherrod is live on scene right now. Brian, how does it look out there?
You can see a good portion has burned, but they were able to put it out pretty quickly from what we can see, and we're going to show you a visual of that right now. Now, the Colorado Springs Fire Department is reminding us of what we can and cannot do while we're under burn restrictions. This is video of the scene this morning that we shot. We are there right now. Like we mentioned, the city is under burn restrictions. That means recreational fires, including any outdoor fire or campfire where the fire is not contained in a portable or fixed fireplace, is not allowed. Small engine equipment is prohibited, including chainsaws. Outdoor smoking is only allowed in designated areas, which is displayed by signs. You can still go outside and grill, but be very cautious.
Outdoor cooking is a big concern. People that are doing things outside, they're welding, they're grinding, people throwing away, their cigarettes, tossing them out without making sure things are fully extinguished.
Now, we'll continue to update you with this fire. Right now, we're still trying to find out what caused this fire out here this morning, and we are still going to continue to be under burn restrictions until further notice. Reporting in Colorado Springs, Brian Sherrod, KKTV 11 News.
All right, Brian, thank you. Manitou Springs is also under Stage 1 fire restrictions now. The city fire chief says that move is in alignment with El Paso County and the city of Colorado Springs. Stage 1 restrictions include an open burning ban, which means no outside fire. There's also a ban on outdoor smoking there. Let's get to your No-Wait weather with meteorologist Luke Victor. Luke, a bit cold stepping out the door this morning.
Yeah, and I wish we had some better news in the weather department, maybe a big snowstorm to tamp down some of this fire risk. Unfortunately, that does not look to be the case, not only for the next few days, but for at least the next week or so across southern Colorado. Pretty view from Banning Lewis Ranch. Temperatures right now at 24 degrees. We're under full sunshine. I think we're holding on to that sunshine through most of the rest of the day today. In Pueblo, we're at 35 degrees currently. So also seeing that sunshine. Those winds not too bad right now, but I do think they pick up a little bit as we make our way into the afternoon hours. Temperatures across the eastern plains into the mid to upper 30s. So pretty much everyone needing at least that light jacket here for the next couple of hours before we slowly but surely warm things up here as we get into the afternoon hours. Pretty close to the 60-degree mark in Colorado Springs, and I think low to mid 60s can be expected for Pueblo as we make our way into the afternoon hours. With those gusts anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour, you guessed it, fire danger remains high. Probably going to be even higher as we make our way into our Easter Sunday. We'll talk about that and look at your 7-day forecast. Coming up here in just a few minutes. Ashley?
All right, Luke, thank you. Well, this morning, a burn restriction is in place in Colorado Springs, like we just told you about. It went into effect yesterday at noon. It comes after Colorado Springs firefighters responded to this fire at the end of Las Vegas, east of I-25. It was less than an acre, and the cause is still under investigation. And as we see more and more fires throughout the area, some places are seeing less firefighters to handle the problems. Just this week, the Cascade Fire Department, which depends entirely on volunteers to fight these wildfire responds, near a fire in Woodland Park, which threatened homes in that area. Cascade's Fire Chief Karen Bowden says the number of calls into that agency has almost tripled, but they are seeing less volunteer firefighters at the same time. She has lost a third of volunteers. Right now, they're at 9, down from 15 since she started. It's a problem that is affecting a number of volunteer agencies across the state and the U.S. Bowden says she thinks she knows what's behind the shortage.
So it's a shortage that has been going on much longer than just the last couple of years. In part, I think it's due to a different generation and a different workforce that's causing a lot of the volunteers we could have to be so overwhelmed and tapped into so many different things that commitment can't be there like it used to be.
The chief is urging anyone in the community who is able to volunteer their time, she says, could make the difference between life and death. There are certifications required to be a volunteer firefighter. We have an update this morning. 2 large wildfires continue to burn in southern Colorado. This is a map of those fires. You can see one burning to the west and one to the east of Los Animas. This is video from our 11 breaking weather chaser Eric Kelly. The Fort Line fire in Bent County has burned thousands of acres so far. This morning, crews say it is now 55% contained. Nearby in Otero County, fire crews say they made good progress on the Bent's Old Fort fire. At last check, officials say it is now 73% contained. This is also video from Eric Kelly, and it shows just how close that fire got to the National Historic Site. That fire started Tuesday morning along Highway 50 between La Junta and Los Animas. At least one outbuilding and some equipment were lost in the fire. No word yet on how these fires started either. We'll of course let you know when we learn more. Now, with all these wildfires happening, it is so important to make sure you are prepared in case a fire burns near your home. We spoke with several emergency officials about evacuation preparedness tips. When a fire breaks out, it can move fast, leaving people only a little time to evacuate. Life and fire safety educator Kathy Hook with CSFD says we always need to be prepared and have a plan. This includes
having a contact person away from your home. Sometimes phones go down, communication goes down, so have a contact outside of your home, someone maybe in the family, that this is going to be our contact person in case the communications go down.
This includes practicing different routes to get out of your neighborhood. Set a predetermined meeting spot that your family can go to when evacuating. Also, come up with a plan on how you will evacuate your pets and livestock. Now, firefighters also say to create an evacuation kit that includes items that may be difficult to replace. This includes personal records, important documents, and prescriptions. Keep this kit in an easily accessible area of your home, and so you can grab that in a hurry. We, of course, have more information on that at KKTV.com. Just click on Find It. Now, to stay on top of breaking news in Southern Colorado, download the KKTV 11 News app. It's free and available on both Apple and Android stores. Your nonstop news continues with this. Colorado Springs police responded to a number of robberies at local 7-Elevens overnight. They say the first one happened just after 10:30 p.m. on Briargate and North Union, not too far from Chapel Hills Mall. They then responded to another robbery on North Nevada and Cashel-Puder near Colorado College. Police say that store was robbed at gunpoint. The suspects took an unknown amount of money and items. Officers were unable to locate the suspects when they arrived, but they do say no one was hurt. Right now, police are unsure if they are connected, but we'll of course keep you updated. Take a look at this video now. 11 News got of a car that went off an exit ramp landing straight up on its bumper. You can see it here. It happened near Powers and Platt. The driver was apparently exiting on southbound Powers when they drove off. No word on what caused the crash or if there were any injuries. We'll let you know when we find out more. Now, the family of Jinx, the sheriff's office canine that was shot and killed in Manitou Springs this week, is speaking out. They say in a statement, quote, "We want to thank the community for all the love and support they have given us during this difficult time. The outpouring of love has certainly been a comfort to us during our grief. Thank you," end quote. The family has set up a memorial in their house to honor Jinx. Well, one person is dead after a shooting in Syracuse, New York. Several others are injured. Coming up on 11 News this morning, what police are saying about the shooting suspect. And then worker shortages within airlines could impact your holiday travel plans. What those airlines are doing to solve the problem.
You're watching KKTV 11 News with Ashley Franco and meteorologist Luke Victor with your certified most accurate forecast. This is KKTV 11 News this morning.